welcome to She Never Sleeps, digging through the bins, our special pajama party. We've got here the rare no makeup Sarah, and of course our ever cuddly Cthulhu is here to join us. And yes, I do sleep in Miskatonic University t-shirt, and sometimes when I'm cold, my esoteric Order of Dagon hoodie. So today we're going to be talking about a very interesting comic. First, let me tell you sort of the background of digging through the bins. Initially, I thought of the concept of digging through the bins when I was reviewing for a science fiction fantasy site. However, it just kind of went nowhere. I think it was issues with timing. Anyway, years later, I decided to go ahead and implement the idea here on She Never Slept. And I've been doing that monthly, well, sort of monthly, for a while now. And I remember that I had initially pulled out a comic for the other site that I used to do work on, because it was science fiction fantasy, and I'd done mostly science fiction, and I wanted to find something fantasy. So I just started digging through the bins at, you know, my favorite comic store back in Portland, and I pulled out this comic, and I'm like, okay, this cover you can see, this is obviously purely fantasy. So I opened it up and I looked, and shocked by the first page as I looked and saw the pencils were by Guy Davis. That's right, Guy Davis from BPRD, and most of you also know from Sandman Mystery. He did work on The Amazing Screw-On Head. He's just a really incredible artist, and you know, it just kind of floored me when I saw that he was the penciler on this. I should mention that the script was written by Stu Kerr, and that the inks, of course, were by Tim Dazan, and this is a very old comic, initially published in 1986 by Arrow Comics. By this cover, you can't really see the whole Guy Davis thing, but if you look at the back, I don't know how well you can see that there, probably not too well with me waving it around. You can see some of the guy peeking through there. This is obviously very, very early in his career. You can still buy these books from Arrow. They're arrowcomics.com. You click on their marketplace, look for The Realm. He did up through issue 14 that I know of for absolute positive. 15 they don't have anything on, and then the artist changed after issue 15. I do know that he also helped a little bit with some of the story. This is pretty much your average, if you're a lover of gaming, if you ever played D&D, then you will probably like this book. I think every geek has probably come up with this same sort of story in one form or another through the years, but the basic concept of it is there's these guys, and they take their girlfriends out for a weekend in the woods. Can't remember if it's a weekend or a week, but that's kind of irrelevant. They go out and accidentally stumble upon a treasure chest, and when they open it, they are sucked through a time portal, which puts them right smack in the middle of basically a D&D game. It is, the arc of the story is, you know, fairly, like I said, it's, you know, every gamer's come up with something similar to this, but it's, you know, it's told in an interesting way, and I had fun reading it. It's a quick read. I do eventually plan on getting the rest of these. Some of them are a little more expensive than others, but they average probably about somewhere between $3 and $5 a piece. I picked this baby up though with somewhere around $1 or $2, digging through the local bins. So you might want to see if you can find some at your local comic book store. And I always say support your local comic book store. Here we go to Heroes Aren't Hard to Find in Charlotte. That's ours. So I just wanted to real quick read you to this little bio in the back of the book, which I find hysterical. Everything you ever wanted to know about Guy Davis. Name, Guy Davis. Age, 19. Weight, 140. Shoe size, 9.5. Underwear size, 32. Birthplace, parts unknown. Though he's thought to be the reincarnation of Hal Davis, one of the greatest pirates of the 18th century. And if you believe that line. Superhero look-alike, Kitty Pryde. Guy was influenced more by animation, specifically Japanese animation, than comic books. He enjoyed the films and series of Reiji Matsumoto, I probably really messed that up, and Monkey Punch, and the works of Don Bluth, Nirvana, and of course some of the Disney classics. At 14 he attended Pontiac Art Center, taking up cartooning, and continued taking art classes through high school. His first published work was The Adventures of Quanto in his hometown newspaper, the Clarkston News Magazine, in 1981. In the spring of 1985, Guy met up with the Fantastic Fanzine gang at one of the local conventions in the Detroit area, and soon after was doing Star Corps in that young but growing magazine. It wasn't long before this that his talents were put to work on The Realm #1, which you now have in your hands. Yes, I do. Not only did he pencil the book, but had ideas that influenced the writing also. So, yes, interesting facts of Guy Davis at the age of 19, which I'm sure he'd probably be a little embarrassed about now. I fully intend on meeting Guy Davis one of these days, gosh darn it, and I will have this comic in hand when I do for him to sign. If you're into like looking at the roots of some of your favorite pencilers, I mean, this is a great place to find out more about how Guy Davis got his start. Like I said, you can buy the issues on aerocomics.com, or, you know, try digging the bins at your local comic book store. This is going to be a short, light, and breezy episode, obviously. Not only because I'm in my jammies and getting ready for bed, but also because it's a light issue. But next week we're going to talk about something that's a little bit more in depth that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. It's a short comic series called Sorrow, so be here for that next month. And definitely, at least just for kicks, go and check out Aero Comics' website and look at the covers for the comics for the Realm. And I probably said about 30 times there, so now I know I'm way too tired. So I will say goodnight, and we will talk to you again. TTFN.